Let's talk about Istanbul, because this is a city that's so much more than just a place on a map. It's a living, breathing character in its own right. For centuries, it was the prize of empires, the stage for some of history's greatest dramas. Today, we're going to dive into the epic story of this incredible city. And, to really get Istanbul, you have to do just that. You have to look at its landscape. And I don't just mean the skyline of minarets and the sparkling waterways, but the emotional landscape, the one made of memory, of history, and of soul. So our story kicks off with a city of many identities, a place that's been reborn and renamed over and over again, starting way back with its ancient origins right there on the shores of the Bosphorus. I mean, just look at this timeline. These aren't just name changes. They are total transformations of identity. It starts as a Greek trading post called Byzantium. Then, bam, it becomes Constantinople, the new Rome, the very heart of the Christian world. And then, after 1453, it's reborn again as Istanbul, the capital of the mighty Ottoman Empire. Just let that sink in for a second. For more than 1,600 years, you think about cities like Rome or Paris or London. Most are lucky to be the capital of one great empire. This city was the capital for four. That's a legacy of continuous power that is just on another level. But the keys to the city weren't just handed over peacefully. Its history was a dramatic, brutal trial by fire, one that led to a devastating fall and then an absolutely spectacular rebirth. See, long before the Ottomans even showed up, the city suffered this catastrophic blow. In 1204, the Knights of the Fourth Crusade, who were supposed to be fighting in the Holy Land, turned on their fellow Christians and just brutally sacked Constantinople. It was a shocking moment that really sealed the split between the Catholic West and the Orthodox East, and it left the city completely broken. And the decline was just staggering. From a bustling metropolis of 500,000 people, its population crashed to just 45,000. The Queen of Cities, as it was called, was left vulnerable, hollowed out, and almost empty. But what looked like the end was actually this incredibly powerful moment of reinvention. The Ottoman conquest wasn't just a takeover. It was a total revitalization project on an absolutely epic scale. The city's entire identity was remade. It went from being the bastion of Orthodox Christianity to the heart of the Islamic world. It became this new, vibrant global center for culture, for politics, and for trade. A whole new world. You see, Sultan Mehmed the Conqueror didn't just want a new capital. He wanted a new world city. He launched this massive repopulation program, inviting people of all faiths and all skills to come settle there. They rebuilt everything, roads, aqueducts, and markets like the incredible Grand Bazaar. It became this vital hub where silk from Bengal would meet merchants from Venice. It was a true Ottoman renaissance, and it totally reshaped not just the economy, but the city's famous skyline. Eventually, the city's age of empires did come to an end, but that was just the start of a whole new chapter. So let's jump forward to the 20th and 21st centuries and see how this ancient city became the modern megacity we know today. Now, this was a huge political earthquake. After the Ottomans fell, the brand new republic moved its capital to Ankara. For the first time in over 1,600 years, Istanbul was no longer the center of power. But here's the crazy thing. Even without being the capital, it started a whole new kind of growth. The population exploded by an unbelievable 1,000%. Millions of people from all over Turkey flooded into the city, transforming it from a historic gem into the sprawling, dynamic, and, sometimes chaotic metropolis it is today. And of course, that kind of rapid growth brings enormous challenges. I mean, how do you move, house, and support over 15 million people? This tension, this constant push and pull between growth and resilience is really the central story of modern Istanbul. And we can actually see that resilience in action right here. Look at this recent transport data. After the pandemic, the city's modern metro system didn't just bounce back. It grew. Ridership jumped 16% above what it was before. At the same time, the older road and sea transport systems are still lagging behind. It really shows how the city is adapting, relying on its newest infrastructure to keep itself moving. But that adaptation isn't always a smooth process. This photo, it's from the Sulukule neighborhood. A controversial regeneration project here displaced a historic Romani community. It's this really powerful symbol of the human cost of modernization, and it raises these tough questions about who really benefits from all this development and whose history gets paved over in the process. So what you have in modern Istanbul is a city that literally lives on the edge. It's sitting on a major earthquake fault line, it's battling chronic traffic and pollution, and at the exact same time, it remains this place of incredible cultural energy and passionate civic life. Okay, so we've talked about the history, the empires, the data. But to really, truly get to the heart of Istanbul, we need to go deeper. We need to talk about its soul. And there's a perfect word for it: huzn. Now, this isn't just sadness. It's a shared communal melancholy. It's that bittersweet feeling you get when you look at a fading Ottoman mansion, a sense of loss for a glorious past that just sort of clings to the city like sea fog. It's the Istanbul of old black and white photos, right? A wintry city where history feels so present, but also like it's a beautiful, crumbling old book. And it's that very decay that gives the city such profound depth. And that feeling, it comes from the way the city's physical places, an old fountain, a particular street corner, a single tree, get tangled up with our own personal histories. They become the anchors of our lives. The city literally becomes an index of your memories. That fountain isn't just stone and water anymore. It's the place you had your first date. That old building isn't just bricks. It's where your grandparents lived. And this is why urban change in Istanbul is so emotional, so fiercely contested. When a familiar building gets torn down, it's not just about losing architecture. A signpost to our own memories, a little piece of our own identity disappears right along with it. So this leaves us with this final, really powerful question. For a city that's defined by relentless change, from Byzantium to Istanbul, from ancient empire to modern megacity, how does it hold on to the memories that actually give it a soul? And that's a question for all of us, isn't it? How do we protect the places in our own lives that hold the index of who we are?